Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game, and today a look back at the Tal'kir. This is a booster from Resistance's Futile, so, not amazing things here, but let's see how it holds up. This might be a ship you can pick up. Maybe cheaper, maybe it's more expensive, I don't know. I don't keep track of all the prices, at least not on everything. There's too many products to do that with, and everything changes. So, Tal'kir, it's a Tal'kir class. You've seen my Tal'kir rankings, at least hopefully you have. If not, go check it out. Um, but it's a Tal'kir, and 3154, decent stats, 180 firing arc, nice durability, 9 total durability, double crew, weapon tech, a lot to like here. Not the cheapest ship. If you go with Spud's pricing, it's a lot more reasonable. But what gets me, and what I really like about it, is the named ability. Each time you defend during the modified defense dice step at the combat phase, you may add one evade result to your roll, and if you do, you add an auxiliary power token beside your ship. So you kind of go, okay, I'm probably not getting an action after I use this too many times. But that's okay. You kind of find yourself just going, I'm going to live longer. And in scenario play, where you have maybe a bunch of ships, you're getting outnumbered, you're taking swarm hits, this is a big payoff that will help you. So I like the ability. I like it on the ISS Defiant. I like enhanced hull plating before it got nerfed. But this is each time, and with that, I very much enjoy it. Captain Solok. Skill 6, 4 points with talent slot. You may perform an evade or scan action as a free action each round. Good. If you do so, place an Ox power token beside your ship. Not so good, right? That's kind of the downer. And maybe you can argue this is how all of the free action captains should have been. This is how Picard, Ducat, Spock should have been. And if they were, they wouldn't have been quite as broken. That's a debate we can have another day. Solok is at least reasonable. I like the scan enhancement he brings for Vulcan shenanigans. Or evade if you want to live longer. I don't know. I find him at least okay. I don't think he's the top of the top Vulcan captains, but he's definitely not the worst. So I'll roll with it. Vulcan logic as a talent. This is one I definitely don't rate highly. I kind of sit there and I go, "Oh, this card existed." But yeah, it's Vulcan Captain, Vulcan ship. During the roll defense dice step of the combat phase, you may discard this card to roll +2 defense dice. If you do so during the modified defense dice step, you can re-roll any number of your defense dice, which is nice, except most Vulcan ships you got 1. So rule of 3 takes you to 4. You can re-roll 4 defense dice. It's not like re-rolling attack dice. Yeah, it hurts. But yeah, Vulcan logic. Not a card I'm willing to pay 4 points for. One time used to get bonus dice. No. Photonic weapon for 4 points, 4 dice. Range 2 to 3. Spend your target lock. Disable this card. Reroll all of your blank results one time. I like that I get a passive bonus, and I can fire this from forward or rear firing arcs. I like it on the the Surak class more than the Tal'kir class. I just always think of the Navarre. I don't know why. Because at least I get more attack dice. But you gotta have the target lock. And then it's a disable. It's a lot of actions to get it back. I don't know that 4 points totally is worth it. I definitely don't like it on the Tal'kir class. Give me the Photonic autocannon at this point. It's cheaper and gives me more dice. May not give me the same quality, but it works. And I'll take something that works all the time rather than something that I got to spend a bunch of actions to make work again. Then we have Power Grid. Power Grid's a 2-point tech. When you're supposed to place an auxiliary power token beside your ship, you may disable this card instead. And this is kind of one of those key components. I mean, first off, this card works with the Tal'kir. Great. Because you just disable this and you get a bonus durability. But then, if you bring in some of these combos that work with turning a disable into time tokens or There's some of the EMH. Yeah, I want to say it's the emergency medical hologram. I'm going to look over emergency medical. Yeah, okay, so emergency medical hologram, you can disable the emergency medical hologram instead of the tech, so then you'd have a disabled crew, and then there's a lot of ways you can get around re-enabling crew. Let's see if I can fit this in nicely. There we go. Emergency medical hologram. And I know my head's blocking it. Apologies. But then I also think there's one of the doctors. Doctor could work. Not Dr. Rega. Not the doctor. I don't know. Maybe it's an EMH. No, EMH would work to get rid of the crew. Or the EMH Mark 1. There's ways. There's ways to make this work, and I believe there's a tech time token converter. Disabled a time token converter. If there's not, there should be. So power grid, at least something that I think helps. There's also a Vulcan tech auxiliary control room that can convert it, or can just remove an auxiliary power token once it's placed. That also works with the same types of things. And I like those two cards together. I don't think they're amazing, but I think they're at least viable. And then lastly, we have Cov. Cov is an action. Discard this card to repair up to 2 damage to your ship's hull or shields, which is cool. I don't think he's 4 points good. But I do think in combination with, I believe it's Solok. Solok. No, Solok's the one we just had. Maybe it's Sovok. It's one of the Vulcan captains. We'll solve the mystery here. It's a Vulcan captain, and he is the one that lets you pick up. Yeah, so Peck. There we go. Choose a crew upgrade that was discarded from your ship on a previous round. Redeploy that crew upgrade to your ship. Place an Ox power token beside your ship. So Sopek works nicely with Power Grid, one, but also with Cov, because you can keep repairing damage. It's a lot of actions. It's very action intensive, and I don't think I'd try to pull it off if I didn't have something like Martok. Klingon Martok that gives a free action to a friendly ship with a lower captain skill. That would be the way I'd go about that combo. But if you're running a ship that's going to have a lot of damage put into it and you want to repair it, I don't know why you want to go down that road, but I think it's at least a road you can look at going down. So is Kov great? No, but he's at least has a place. And I feel like that's kind of the theme here. I don't think anything in this pack is great. I think Solok is okay. I think Power Grid is okay. I think that the Tal'kir is the best card in the pack. But is it great? No, it's okay. And that's our theme of this pack. It's not great, but it is okay. And sometimes okay is enough to work for you. So, the Tal'kir, give it a chance. That's my advice there. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.